My name is Spud, I play bass.
My name's Ollie, I'm a singer and programmer.
Hi, my name's Andy, I'm a guitarist.
And together we are Colossus!
Power Rangers!
Electronic metal crossover. It's certainly different. It's certainly we definitely have to go around things a bit of a different way. We write our sets about 3 or 4 weeks in advance, and if anything changes, then tough titty. So while I'd like it to be a little bit more flexible, it still does work though. We are at the moment running sort of one consistent Logic file. However, I'm starting to look into Ableton and things like that now, seeing if we can't, freshen it up a little bit, essentially.
So as a band
Well, I think part of the reason why we chose the band name is because all of us come from so many different places in terms of background and influences musically. I mean, Spud,
I played predominantly just a kind of punk band, really. Just like 8 notes a second punk band. So the whole down tune thing was a little bit scary.
Up until the age of sort of 14, if I wasn't playing metal or if I wasn't listening to metal, it didn't matter. I was one of those, and then sort of almost felt guilty for sort of liking electronic music. But since then, I've found a load of cool stuff, so not guilty anymore, not in the slightest.
Has being part of the band helped that? Have you found it forced you to experience music?
Certainly, I think some of the things that obviously, because when we're driving, I don't always have control of the CD player. So
I think we listened to
I went a bit crazy today.
Immortal Technique.
I went a bit crazy today, but a bit Jurassic 5 as well.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so many different musical influences between the 4 of us. It's insane. We go home listening to classic FM after gigs. Like,
Is there any?
I don't think that's ever happened actually. I think we're pretty...
not unanimously.
I think that's
no.
funny.
Definitely not unanimously.
Every time one of us goes, this song's so cool, I did show you. Everyone's like, I wouldn't really listen to it maybe, but
Everyone can take their own.
We can certainly
personal take on it, so,
appreciate
it's
music
really
for
cool.
what it is, and that's what's most important, I think, really.
So would you say you like
I'm really digging a Coda at the moment.
Okay.
Really.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Coda is a band that I've always played at Techfest. They've been going for a while and everything like that. They just make some really nice kind of soundscapes and some kind of feel good kind of tunes and stuff like that. It's alternative, but it's just really, really good kind of tunings and stuff.
You've been listening to lots of Tesseract and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've been into Tesseract, you've got Test the Hero album.
I've just stayed with my new metal. Essentially, I've delved back into the 90s, and yeah.
So we're at Redfest, obviously. Have you enjoyed the festival?
Well, to be honest,
We've not really been here for very long, but
we're here for an hour, and then we had to set up and do a show, and then after that, it's like we're doing lots of interviews. We haven't actually. We walked through it, and it seemed really nice. And
It
it
does
sounded
look great.
cool, and people were smiley, and that's really cool. But
Yeah. However, all of us were looking forward to Skindred's
definitely
show and
look forward
everything
to
like that.
Skindred, yeah.
Oh, fantastic! I've always been a fan of the music, like the first album and stuff. And I know they've gone through a lot of turbulence and stuff from that first album as well. So it's really good to see that they're at the level
Good to
now
see 'em.
finally after all this time, kind of thing like that. So it's cool.
So with the festival band, do you find much difference between the gigs and playing the festival?
It's a different vibe.
It it's definitely a different vibe, but it swings and roundabouts with us anyway, regardless. You know, with some of the elements that we use, I think some of the more, you know, stauncher vanguards of metal or electronic or, you know, or electronica or anything like that might sort of turn their nose up. So
they see it as a dilution. If you take like two kind of maybe perceived disparate elements and combine them, somehow losing punch from both. And I think what we're trying to do is say actually you can add textures to both.
The great thing is when we have played like when we played Haberfest in Wales, like that was a bit left field of what like, our genre perceived as.
We were actually a little bit worried.
We were quite worried.
And
We were like, there's a lot of electronics in it. They're not going to like it. But I mean, we played and people actually stick around and listen.
there's a lot, on the festival scenes especially, it can be a lot sort of, you know, trying to win hearts and minds, you know, quite a lot.
But then when you do it,
it's great,
really
yeah.
So you mentioned Haberfest. Do you play a lot of festivals?
We've really only sort of kicked off our festivals sort of this year. Really, we sort of, by the time we were together, it was a little bit late, sort of beginning of last year. So by the time we were up and running,
last year,
did Tech Fest last year. Did a few, but they,
do you know, I think for all of us really, and not maybe so much as a show, but Tech Fest, especially this year, was just incredible for me personally. I mean, it's just because again, it's a lot of fun, and there's this great sort of homegrown feel. Because at the festival, it's really just can leaps and bounds. I think it's on its third year now, and the first like 3 years ago, it was like in a church. And now it's in like a series of aircraft.
It's like a massive showground feel.
it's wicked to be involved in a festival like that all the way through, that kind of progression too. Like that's really cool and good on them.
So would you not been together that much?
About 3 years.
As the line of now together for about 2.5 years.
It feels a lot longer for us because we spent a year with our first drummer sort of honing everything down before we went really sort of for it.
We got serious then.
So about July sort of 2012 we really kicked off, and then so although, you know, we're sick of the sight of each other, we've only really been sort of going for about, you know, just about over a year and a half, sort of 2 years now.
Do you know what? Actually,
It was a hometown show at the pub I worked at.
Actually, no. There was a show where we all played together. It was like a BIM thing, really, where Ollie and Andy and Will.
Was it,
Music
thing,
college,
right?
Music college in Brighton, and they have an end of term show at Concord, and we just happened to end up playing together as like a one-off sort of thing. And about a year later, I get a phone call from Ollie saying, "Do you want to play drums in the band?" Okay.
So it's great that kind of first on stage experience with it, like kind of became a unified band. You know, we had that one thing all together, which was, and it was one of my favourite shows as well. It was great.
Quite funny. We went on and did one song, and then like came up and was like,
We need more! What's the top?
It was, they had to pull me aside and have a word with me at our audition because it was a head PE song and I'm not. I was accused of being a racist. No,
Not today.
not in the slightest.
No.
Not in the slightest. You're going to have to rein in all of those N-bombs.
It was a lot of N-bombs.
But to be fair, it's head PE. What do you expect?
absolutely. I mean, Head PE is a fantastic band, and if you haven't checked them out, you really should, to be honest. They've been going on for years and everything like that, but just I think an underrated band, I think, for what they do and how they actually smash shoulders together as well.
I think we'll have different stories for this one. But I haven't heard them all yet, but I'm going to put money on Will's will be the best.
I've got two favourites. I once woke up in a lift. That was good.
A lift?
I woke up in a lift and there was it was actually ended up, I think there were two teachers. They were going to work. It was about 6-7 o'clock in the morning, and I was slumped in the corner of a lift, and they and the doors opened, and they just sort of looked at me, and they were just like, I was also woke up in Pavilion Gardens in Brighton once with a lot of school children going past. That was interesting. Yeah. Morning.
Yeah, no.
Face down on a hard wooden floor with my face in a beanbag after my mate Toby's 30th birthday. But he lived in Streatham and we were the other side of London before my mind blanked out. So I know I literally, planking this bloody beanbag.
I had a very similar experience. Unfortunately, we were in touring in Amsterdam. Not Amsterdam, sorry, we were in Holland. And Ollie, we were going. At this point, we're going really well. And Ollie goes, he starts racking up the tequilas, which he can drink, and I cannot.
I do like a bit of tequila.
So, from my mind, the next morning we were talking, and I agree. I think we should definitely do that. And it was boom, quantum leap. I woke up in the back of a van on top of stuff, going.
I wake up once in a tent in a front room. Literally.
Just in case the walls don't work.
I just want to say for the record, yes, it's still as hot as an oven when you wake up in a tent inside as it is outside.
Was the tent set up originally, or?
Yeah, apparently I do recall falling into the room.
Did you pitch the tent without realising?
Yeah, literally, they set up a tent. I remember. No, definitely not.
He got his mallet out.
I remember.
Why is this not working?
He has a tenacity, but not always a great a logical mind. So he will pursue something to a degree without really thinking about it.
It's like a little terrier just hanging onto an ankle, like we have to finish the job. But yeah, no, it's random.
Not going to do it properly, don't do it at all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where's the weirdest place you've woken up?
I've never woken up. Well, never went to sleep in the first. One long part.
Oh man, that's ace, man.
I can't remember. There's been some, but no. Oh, on a beach. I woke up on a beach and with like in Norway. With just all of my possessions just like scattered in quite a neat line along the beach. Just woke up face down and was just like, oh, Jesus. That wasn't fun. And this was like winter.
Oh man.
We hadn't gone to the beach.
You had.
Oh yeah. So I'm asking all bands this question, so don't take it personally. But if you had to kill and eat one member of the band,
How bloody dare you?
Funny enough, this isn't the first time this question's come up.
The lovely song from Molly. Okay. This question a week ago, in fact.
That along with, would you rather have arms as long as your fingers or fingers as long as your legs? Sorry, I beg your pardon.
So who are we is it hunt and kill?
Kill. You want to get into it?
I want to get to the emotional plan here.
Absolutely.
Who would we?
Well, it was quite bulky.
That's not fair. Me every
kind of
time.
tender. Like,
The thing is, milk. Will looks delicious. That's not a weird thing.
that's not weird. Where would you start?
Well, I couldn't. The thing is, we got like a really essential program.
well, the thing is, I would definitely start on the wing. Like, I'll give me a wing. Like.
In all honesty,
I think it would have to be Will, because if anyone teamed up with Will, everyone else would be dead.
Yeah, absolutely. Then Will would just finish off the last one. It's a really weird thing, actually. I came across a documentary like a while back, and they were like on shipwrecks,
Right.
and they were saying like if you're like shipwrecked and everything like that, like the law of the sea and everything was like you could kill the weakest member of the team, and feed on the blood.
Why
and
would you
stuff
tell
and
us
eat
that? That's you.
using that.
Andy.
Okay, I'm ready for you guys. I'm just saying that right now. I'm preparing. As soon as we're on Dartmoor or something, I'm bringing out the shotgun or something.
Yeah. There would be hunting involved.
Not in a bad way.
Just in a playful way.
Alright. It'd be like the film Warriors,
We could
nearly,
eat
but
him
it'd
in
just
a
be me
playful
running through like fucking London. Yeah.
So I'll try and bring it back to the music.
Oh Oh, do you have to?
That's the worst bit of being in a band.
When's the new album now? When's the new album? No one does.
Who would you most like to collaborate with if you were given the chance?
Wow.
Oh wow.
So, it's a really weird story actually. Like the band, the band I was in before. Like I was at music college, and Benji from Skindred came down for a chat and everything like that. And I actually gave him my EP. Go, can you listen to it? Like, let me know what you think. That'd be great. Like, honestly,
He's like, yes,
like,
I'll email you.
yeah, completely. He did the whole thing. Yeah,
Good one.
honestly, I can't reply. But no, like Benji would be really cool to work with. I think. To be honest. I've always thought that. And Mikey from Sick, as well, with his weird voices and stuff like that. I think like something crazy could come out with.
I'd love to go really left field and play with, like, collaborate with someone that's just not anything to do with any kind of genre we play, like
Erykah Badu.
Erica Badu. Like getting Erica Badu in on a track, yes. Some soulful,
With some
sexy
double kick.
vocals.
Like, with some soulful vocals.
No, just someone, yeah, very left.
I have to like an artist or an advocate who puts me in a sort of hat. So,
Okay.
he's amazing because he's so having that'd be very, I think
I just say Immortal Techniques. I saw him this week, so bit of hip hop. Let's go.
That'd be kind of cool, man.
So, probably last question.
Probably.
The whole combining rock music with electronics and stuff like that, that's become almost a kind of trend now. There are a lot of bands out there that
We started it.
I'm not going to deny it. Do you know why this is? Do you think it's down to the fact that technology
I think-
is more available, or
well,
do you think it's more that people are more open to different kinds of
Certainly, technology is a lot more available. I mean, you know, what could be achieved in like sort of the 80s and stuff in in a massive studio can now be achieved on a little laptop. And I think technology's always been in the background of some live bands and stuff without necessarily sort of people wanting to admit to it, and there's been quite a fair bit of stigma around it, for a long time. And I think it's good that technology that was being used anyway, let's be fair, is brought into the forefront, and it does. The one thing that we like when we write is that with the technology, with the computer angle, we can start our inspiration point from anywhere. Sort of, we start with the drum beat, we start with the guitar line, start with the synth line. It gives us so many more possibilities, really, and that's what's so cool about it.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you tend to start with the
Any which way but loose with us, really. Like whatever.
Well, it's either Andy bringing a riff, you bringing a synth line, you bringing a bass line, being like
It's all
Lots of different places from which, so it can constantly stay fresh.
yeah.
I think it's crossover. I think it's always been in the background anyway. Like ever since the blues started, in the 1900s.
What we're doing is not new. It's just
well, with aided.
it's a different take, to be fair.
I think there's so many bands, there's so many markets that are saturated within the music industry that everyone now is starting to realise that you're going to have to break away a little bit and form some of your own identity. And you do that by mixing it all up. And I think that's great because this whole new sound has appeared.
What's next? We're in the throes of finishing our debut album. We're looking to get that out probably around March next year. And until then, it's just getting out and around the UK, trying to build up a fan base for it to throw the new album at, essentially. We've got a couple more shows, a couple more festivals. Altfest, Mammoth Fest over in Brighton. We've got a show over at the Concord, which we're really looking forward to at the beginning of September. we've got our first London headline show on the 7th of August as well, so we're looking forward to really tapping into that. And yeah, that's basically just getting around as many places as we can for the rest of the year to build the fan base for the new album. We've got a website, www.collisionsband.com. But to be fair, if you just type Collisions UK into Google, you'll find something to do with us. But don't forget the UK, otherwise you'll find something a lot more nasty on Google. And I'm sure Google has the capability to show you something that will screw you right over. So don't forget the UK.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thanks for speaking to us.
Thank you
Thanks
very
for having
much.
us.